Hello and welcome to what I'm aiming to be my October TBR. It's fine. It's completely fine. As you can possibly see, there are 3 that have bookmarks in them. These are ones I'm bringing forward from September. I've never seen the TV show. I've never read the books before, so I thought it'd be a good idea to use my TikTok videos to decide how many pages I read each day. Currently this is up to 549, so I expect I will get through all of this and then move on to book 2. Book 2 is just short of 900 pages. If I get through all of this month using interactions from the videos, I will be amazed. Next up, currently ongoing, is Dark Fae. This series. This I'm reading is a buddy read with Devon. I will put her details somewhere here if you want to go and give her a follow on TikTok. She's amazing, she's such just a real person and I love her to bits. We are reading 3 chapters per day across all 24 books, I believe it is, in the Solaria universe. The writing is terrible, but we are having such a good time. And that's what matters with this. We're having a laugh, it's like guilty pleasure, it's Jeremy Kyle. If you're not from the UK, it's Jerry Springer. It's calculating 3 chapters per day. I expect we will also finish Savage Fae as well. The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I'm only a chapter in and that chapter took me 2 days. I'm currently not vibing with this book and I've come to realise why. I enjoy Dark Academia. I appreciate that you have to make characters feel over the top and pompous to point out things wrong with society. I understand that part. But for me personally, this works better in 3rd person. Because this is written in 1st person, I feel like I am also being talked down to as the reader because the narrator is describing what they're doing and I'm actually having to Google terms when it isn't actually speech that's happening in the book. Like, I have no issue with very smart, pompous characters, but when they're talking down to me personally, I'm not a fan. I'm currently on page 49. I am going to give it a fair go and I've said I'll wait till around page 150 and see if the storyline picks up in a way that can make me kind of overlook that. Hell Followed With Us by Andrew Joseph White. I love his writing so much. I devoured Compound Fracture. I read We Weren't Meant to Be Human last month in September and I just... chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. That's all I can say to that. So this follows Benji, who has escaped a cult that he grew up in, and this cult kind of caused Armageddon that decimated the population. He helps rescue some teams from the local LGBTQ centre called the ALC. The ALC leader knows that Benji is hiding a secret, that he is being turned into a monster due to a biochemical attack by the cult. Nick offers Benji shelter, but apparently Nick's motives aren't really what they seem, but it's hidden under the guise that Nick is trying to help Benji overcome and kind of keep the monster under control. Benji is trans, Nick is autistic. I love that Andrew puts so much representation like this in the book and it doesn't feel forced. On the complete other end of the scale, Nick and Charlie by Alice Oseman. I'm nothing if not diverse in my reading. So I've read all 5 Heartstopper graphic novels and I love them. I love them so much, they will always hold a special place in my heart. I then bought all other 6 books that Alice Oseman has done. I read Radio Silence last month or the month before, and I didn't like the writing. I didn't know whether it was just this one book in particular that I didn't like or whether I prefer the graphic novel side of Alice Oseman compared to the writing side. So Nick and Charlie for me feels like a good one to kind of test that with because it's the characters that I love, but in the actual written word style. This follows on from Nick and Charlie's relationship where Nick is off to university and they're trying to work out how it's going to work with long distance, whether it will survive. On top of that, I'm also going to try This Winter, which is another novella from her. This follows Tori, Charlie and Oliver during a Christmas period. They're all struggling and we try and find out whether Christmas is basically going to split the family apart or be able to bring them back together. Jumping over again to the opposite end of the scale, Tender is the Flesh. The tagline being, if everyone else was eating human flesh, would you? Kind of really intrigued me. It follows Marco and his job is basically around the slaughtering of humans, but he looks at it as in numbers, processing, quantities, compoundments, that kind of thing. He receives a specimen of the highest quality and leaves her tied up in the outhouse. She starts to haunt him and he starts to kind of question what he's doing and whether it's the right thing to do. This feels like a perfect October read. Obviously you've got Halloween, it seems quite creepy and I'm interested to see because I don't really read much cannibalism in books. But I'm excited to see what it will actually entail. The final 2 physical books on my TBR for this month are The Unspoken Name and The Thousand Eyes by A.K. Larkwood. I tried filming that about 7 times, I gave up trying to say it all in one go. I'm going to read the author's name off the book, don't judge me. So I have already read this. I read this at the start of the year. I know I enjoyed it, but I can't remember much detail from it. And I feel like if I just go straight into the sequel of the duology, it's not going to have as much impact. So I'm going to reread this before I then read this. It follows Kosoe, who was raised in a death cult. I have 2 books about people being raised in death cults in this month. I'm sure that's completely fine. The cult thrives around old magic. Kosoe has already been told that at 14 she will be sacrificing her life to the Unspoken One shrine. She has grown up her whole life knowing that this will happen. It's not just surprise next week, guess what you're doing. While she's preparing for this, a sorcerer offers her a way out. He says, walk away from this and become my thief/spy/assassin, and we can topple the empire. But friends can turn to traitors, and if you live long enough, all debts become due. Like I said, I remember snippets from this, so I'm very, very excited to actually get back into it and read book 2, and then I can knock this duology off my list. On top of these, I'm also reading an arc in October. I got from NetGalley Recipe for Trouble by Dylan Morrison, and it kind of just feels what I need right now. It's a grumpy sunshine workplace romance. It's between a cynical video editor called Ben and a very sunny disposition chef called Pete. They have to start working together, and I'm fully aware it's probably going to be just the same concoction of things that happen in a workplace grumpy sunshine romance. Like, the template is there, but it intrigued me. So that is my October TBR. If you want to come help get through these 2, here is my TikTok. It's where I post most of my content. Some of the short videos do make it over to shorts on here, but that is my primary platform. Have you read any of these? Are you going to read any of these? What's on your October TBR? Pray for me. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.